Hi, I'm John Dixon, Centre for Public Christianity. The death and burial of Jesus have been seriously questioned by some of the nouveau atheists. I'm thinking in particular of France's great philosophical atheist, Michel Onfray, in his fabulous little book, The Atheist Manifesto. He has this blistering critique of the historical Jesus in one of the chapters there. And in it, he makes a couple of really pointed historical arguments, particularly about the death and burial of Jesus. Firstly, he tells us that history affirms Jews were not crucified in the ancient world. They were always executed by stoning. And then he says that even if I were to admit that Jesus were crucified on a cross, there's no chance he would have been laid in a tomb, as the Gospels say, since he tells us that all crucifixion victims were just thrown in shallow graves as a further dishonour. Well, actually, when I read those words, I suddenly thought of the masses of evidence that there is that Jews were among the most crucified people in the ancient world. The Dead Sea Scrolls and Josephus refer to an occasion when 800 Pharisees were publicly crucified in front of their families. And then while the men were on the crosses, the families were executed in front of them. A shocking, shocking event. We also know from Josephus again that during the great siege of Rome in AD 70, the Romans crucified 500 Jews a day as a punishment on the people they were trying to conquer in the city walls of Jerusalem. Jews were crucified, believe me. The other claim about there being no question that Jesus could have received a proper burial is completely disproved not only by references in Philo and Josephus to individuals that they knew who were buried properly after crucifixion. The most clear evidence is in 1968, archaeologists found a Jewish tomb just north of Jerusalem, and inside the tomb was a burial box, an ossuary. And on the side of the box it said Jehohanan, John, the name of the guy inside the box. They opened the burial box, and what did they find, to their great surprise? A heel bone with an 11-centimetre nail still through it. This was a Jewish crucifixion victim, and what's more, he'd been buried in a traditional tomb, just as the Gospels say Jesus was.